Amisha. Words wash over me like water against a raincoat, rolling off, nothing sticking. Compliments mean nothing when you hear but don't listen. I felt the knife against my skin, cold and sharp, carving words of dishonesty. My posture curved inward, frozen in a time where my spine reshaped me into a shape of a lizard, camouflaged right into the earth. Moving only slightly so your eyes are undisturbed, unfocused at nothing, trying to blend into everything. I made myself invisible except when I have to perform. Performance begins as soon as I step away from my bed. Act 1. Act 2, I step into a reality where I falsified the elements of my environment. This birthed worship, worshiping everything but myself. My skin only a bag of bones and rotting flesh, unable to escape this skeleton. Unlovable, envy, failure, and jealousy spoon-fed over adolescence. This world stops for no one, not even me. An irrelevant secret that swims freely to and from insecurities, trying to change the inches of my body. Measurements of importance, trying to be an unreachable paragon. But telling the world I love myself, radiate a lie, just some bullshit for the public to feed on. Nondita. Am I most attractive when I'm decorated head to toe? The only time people look at me is when there's enough distractions. Look at my deekly sparkle, my full red lips, my earrings dangle. Look at the prints on my dress, look at my bangles. I am a woman with no face to you, because my eyes are much too difficult to look into. You will remember me only for a moment and no longer, because my mystery is only a mystery if you never ask anything about me. You want to keep me there. You think I'm no danger, but without a sacral motor, I can enter a room without you even knowing. I can stand right behind you, breathing down your neck, but you will think it is the breeze. My memory will collect every word and action you speak of, and what then? Secrets speak through a look, a gesture, a moment that only I will capture. You don't see me, but I will always see you. I will always remember you as I fade away into your brain like an irrelevant memory. There is something eerie about people remembering you when you've forgotten who they are. They know things about you that you're unaware of. My ability to seamlessly transition between being memorable and fading away seems like an unwanted talent. But it's comforting to be a woman with no face. I can be multiple people to you, but you can only be one to me. Ishreth. I remember the innocence of love, the way your mother loved you before the first time you disappointed her, your home before it broke, the wonders for learning before your first failure, the friendships you had before your first fight, your first romance before your heart broke, your first job before you ever got fired, your experiences before shame. Do you remember how it all felt? The love, the curiosity, the excitement taking over you completely. Before you knew what pain was, that innocence, that purity. Every experience coated another layer of skin until you couldn't feel anymore, until you couldn't trust anymore, questioning every motive, every blessing in your life, praying for better. But what is better when you keep questioning in which intent it enters? How strong is a bond that never parts? How strong is a commitment that never breaks? How long can we last if we never walked away from each other? Do you ever think about how much fear plays a part in your life? How it shapes your reality without you even noticing? How it exhorts the decisions in your life? When you don't have to worry about protecting yourself, is that freedom? When was the last time you loved freely, organically, without the presence of fear, complete absence of anxiety and a survivor's plan? love with only expectations of loving, love with the gift of being loved in return. We watch these aberrant behaviors shape our children. As adults, we rely on smells and memorabilia, making us evocative of the days we spent in every honeymoon stage of our life. Can you make a decision without the fear of missing out? The fear of making the right decision? The anxiety of so many alternate possibilities and not one of them being the one you actually hoped for? I still remember the innocence of love, the specks of affection without hesitation, the freedom. Gobita. The woman in doubt appears over and over. The woman who's blind to her own beauty. The woman who is her own sun, walking with power enough to blind us and strengthen us at the same time. I spend so much time asking questions with answers that aren't meant to be. These moments are so vulnerable, so potent in its manifestation, cultivating into a strong, dangerous reality that mimics a city burning. An uncontrollable fire is quite the demise. I cannot lay my trauma at my feet for someone else to pick up, so I started to plant the seeds to this garden, blindly. I did not know where it grew. All I knew was that every flower possessed a nature, emitting the beauty of the earth, quieting the fire in my mind. I painted flowers all day long to remind myself of calm, of color, of scent, remind myself of what organic beauty was, the imperfection of petals, leaves that grew in whichever direction they desired, the unruliness of a jungle and the tidiness of a garden, both so elegant. And until I'm ready to look, I'll just focus on the energy. Anika. I know you felt the stings of words cutting like razor blades, felt the pain of your bones turning into ice, shattering your spine, the perfect product for a victim, packaged and sealed, left on a shelf with no expiration date. Maybe the pain in the pit of your stomach resonates, so you caged yourself, displayed pieces of you for people to take, sliding down through the cracks of aspirations into emptiness. I'm sorry it took me this long to get to you. Time left you in a cold, empty bed, and in agony you slept. But in your sleep, I've noticed your lashes, long like the life you've lived. I pray to catch you while you're awake, to see how the pain colored your pupils so deeply, a story so eager to hear, unafraid of what you'll share. I know I've walked away further from you almost as much as I've held you close, but I've noticed your blinks get lighter, losing the depression that rested itself on your lids. A painful glow that's slowly opening the curtains to possibility, leaving your skin the color of human. Seduction sings with every look you give. It makes me weak to my knees, but your essence lifts me up. It's perfumed on everyone you meet. Love lingering like lavender on your tongue, softening up the damage from this world that treats everyone like a product. Every letter in your name represents a story about you. Your past is not against you. Rather, it collected itself like rainfall that reflected a rainbow. You paint with your heart. You create with a story, thousands of words that tell people your history. There is an end to the exchange of your story for slurs. Your story has love written in it. It lives behind your eyes. Your breasts are carved with the softness of violet, velvet to the touch. Like a wild violet, self-seeding, growing invasively, making sure no obstruction can wipe you out. Bloom into the outside world, grass-colored, undoubtful green, courageous blue sky, expensive rainbow, cherished violet. Your identity is more than your suffering. Care about the craft of love. Life is livable because you were loved ones. Laughter is heard because love is an ecosystem within you. Not everything deserves a poem, but this poem deserves you.